Hello everyone, Katarina here. Welcome to another video in the Distress Ink color combination series that I called the Kit series. This is a new addition to this series where I will show you swatches with all the color combos for each kit. In this video, I will show you the swatches for the kit 1 to 4. You can skip directly to the swatches. I will put the time when it starts right here. But because I did not add anything new to this series for a while, I wanted to a little bit explain what these series are about. Especially if you are new here and you just stumbled across this video and you have no idea what these series are about. As you know, Distress inks and Distress oxides come either in the full version, full pad version, or the mini ink version. And you can buy them individually or as a set of 4 that they call kit. Hence the kit series. And that's how I've been buying them. I always bought the kit. And back in 2023, I was thinking what kind of color combos I can create with each kit. This is how these series started. The idea was to create 3 backgrounds and then create 3 cards. And already with the second kit and definitely by the 4th kit, I was creating small swatches with all the color combos to see what kind of options of backgrounds I have. However, these swatches were just for myself, and then I realized I should have shown the swatches with all the color combos in the videos as well. So I'm playing a little bit of catch up here. In the future, I will make the swatches video first, 4 kits per video, and then in a separate video, I will make the cards. The idea is to show you all the possible color combos for each kit as they are currently sold. Because companies love to change things up, and when I saw the Distress oxides that are also now sold in mini ink version, they come in different order. So should Ranger change the order of the Distress inks, I will still keep it in the order that it is currently sold. Anyways, the main point creating these swatches is to see what colors these inks create when they are combined. Some create very beautiful colors, some not so much. Technically, you can put any color on the background, but if they combine together and create color that you don't want, you want to just keep a little bit of gap or don't blend them too much. I hope you will find this addition to this series helpful and interesting. For me, this is very helpful. This means I do not only need to make backgrounds that are just blending the colors together. I already made cards where I created mountains, beach scene. I also use them as watercolors, which is definitely not blending the colors together. And hopefully this way I will have more options while you will have all the color combos. One last thing before I show you the swatches. I've been a little bit slow making new videos in this series. As you see, I only made videos for 4 kits. This is because I'm not sure if people like it, and I'm pretty much making videos for myself. So if you like this series and want me to continue and make videos more often, make sure you give this video a thumbs up or let me know in the comments. So finally, before I get even more red, I don't know why I was really cold half an hour ago, let me show you the color combos. These are the inks and color swatches from each kit. This is the first kit, which consists of the colors Picked Raspberry, Mustard Seed, Peacock Feathers, and Spiced Marmalade. So let's check out the color combos as well as the new colors you can get from these inks when you blend them together. Picked Raspberry and Mustard Seed create orange, more reddish than the Spiced Marmalade. In general, pinks, reds, and yellows go very well together. Next, we have Picked Raspberry and Peacock Feathers, and when you blend them together, they create, what would you call this color? Little bit blue, little bit purple or lilac, and a little bit gray. Like grayish blue, pretty much. And when you blend Picked Raspberry and Spiced Marmalade, you will get another reddish orange, slightly darker one than the one with Mustard Seed. I think Picked Raspberry is great with each color in this kit. Now let's move on to Mustard Seed. The Mustard Seed and Picked Raspberry color combo you already saw. The next one is Mustard Seed and Peacock Feathers, which create a very pretty green. And Mustard Seed combined with Spiced Marmalade don't create really a new color, but they do go well together. as you would expect from yellow and orange. Now the color combos for Peacock Feathers. The first two you already saw, Peacock Feathers and Picked Raspberry, and then the one with the mustard seed. And when you blend Peacock Feathers and Spiced Marmalade, they create another very pretty green. The last ink is Spiced Marmalade, and even though by now you already saw all the color combos with Spiced Marmalade, just for completeness, let's check them out. The first one is Spiced Marmalade and Picked Raspberry, Spiced Marmalade and Peacock Feathers, and the last one is Spiced Marmalade and Mustard Seed. Here are all the swatches. You can also check them out over on my blog. Link is in the description. In my opinion, all the color combos in this set go well together. Let me know in the comments which ones are your favorite. In the future, I will probably make this video first and then the cards, but since I already made the cards for the kids 1 to 4, let's check them out. For the first card, I used Peacock Feathers and Mustard Seed, so blue and yellow, which created green. Then I created a card with Picked Raspberry and Mustard Seed, which creates orange, and I stamped big flower in the middle that I heat embossed in white embossing powder. And for the last card, I created a beach scene where I used all the inks, and for the palm, I used alcohol markers. Now let's move on to the kit number 2. This kit contains the colors Fired Brick, Mowed Lawn, Salty Ocean, and Seedless Preserves. This kit was the starting point for creating the swatches, while the individual colors I would say are must-haves, but when I was thinking which colors to use, that was a little bit challenging for me. So starting with Fired Brick, when you blend it with Mowed Lawn, it creates brown. This is normal and expected. Red and green create brown. I think this would be great for autumnal cards. And if you want to use it for Christmas cards, you just don't blend them together. The blend of Fired Brick with Salty Ocean also creates brown, but I see a little bit of purple in it, since red and blue should create purple. But I think in the Fired Brick must be a little bit of brown, because the blend with Seedless Preserves also creates another purple brown. Moving to the color combos using Mowed Lawn, we already saw the color combination with Fired Brick, which creates brown. When you blend the Mowed Lawn with Salty Ocean, you will get very beautiful, at least in my opinion, emerald green. And when you blend it with Seedless Preserves, you will get yet again another brown. Next are the blends with Salty Ocean. The first two you already saw. First is the one with Fired Brick, and the second one is with Mowed Lawn. And blending the Salty Ocean with Seedless Preserve create purple, different shade to Seedless Preserve. I think it's a very nice color. And the last color combos are with Seedless Preserves. Since it's the last color in the kit, you already saw all the color combos, but so you get the full overview, here are the color combos again. The first one is with Fired Brick, next is Mowed Lawn, and the last one is with Salty Ocean. Here you can see all the color combos for the kit number 2. I'm not saying that the colors are bad, just less fun compared to the first kit. Too many browns for my likings. Now let's look at the cards I made with some of these inks. As I said, this was quite challenging, but in the end I picked Fired Brick and Seedless Preserves. Here I stamped flowers along the edge and heat embossed it with white. Then I used Seedless Preserves and Salty Ocean. And for the last card, I used Salty Ocean and Mowed Lawn, but I used them as watercolors. I used a background stamped, heat embossed it, and did messy watercoloring. One thing to mention, my distress inks are not super juicy. They do need re-inking, but I would need to buy at least 20 re-inkers, if not more, and I don't even know where to start with which color. So let's move on to the kit number 3. This is probably the most boring one when it comes to the color combos, but at least in my opinion, definitely for me, it is very essential. It includes the colors Antique Linen, Vintage Photo, Walnut Stain, and Black Soot. I'm gonna go through these swatches quickly as they are not too exciting. Starting with the Antique Linen, here is the color combo with Vintage Photo, then Walnut Stain. Both go very well together. And the last color combo is with Black Soot. Here you can see it's not very saturated, but it's also not my favorite color combo. Next are the color combos with Vintage Photo, the one with Antique Linen you already saw. The next one is with Walnut Stain, two browns together, nothing really special, nothing exciting, but individually I love both things. And the last one is Vintage Photo and Black Soot. Again, nothing really exciting. Next are the color combos with Walnut Stain. The first two you already saw, the one with Antique Linen, the second one with Vintage Photo. And the third one is with Black Soot. Another brown and black combo, nothing really exciting, at least in my opinion. And to complete this round, these are the color combos with Black Soot, or I should say more like with Gray Soot. I guess this should be the first drinker I should buy. The first color combo was with Antique Linen, then Vintage Photo, and the last one is with Walnut Stain. Alright, that's the kit number 3. Here you can see all the swatches. As I said, you can also find the photos of these swatches over on my blog. These are not my favorite color combos, but I do like the cards I made. So let's check them out. The first card is the typical blended background with an image stamped and heat embossed, this time with the gold embossing powder. The next card I created with a stencil. And for the last card, I created mountains. The mountains I wanted to do for a while. This is why I wanted to add these swatch videos into this series, so you can see the color combinations, and I don't have to strictly stick to the backgrounds that you blend together, that are like the card in the middle. The last kit I have for you in this video is the kit number 4. The colors in this kit are Spun Sugar, Scattered Straw, Evergreen Bough, and Shaded Lilac. By the way, I'm hoping I'm pronouncing the ink names correctly. I'm pretty sure I messed up somewhere. Starting with the Spun Sugar, the blend with Scattered Straw creates, I don't know if it is showing well on the camera. On the card, it's much better. It creates a light peachy color. Very nice. When combined with Evergreen Bough, it creates a grayish color. Not my favorite blend, but I do like the colors together. So if I were using them for a background, I would not mix them together. And the last color combo with Spun Sugar is the Shaded Lilac. They create a light purple shade, also very pretty. Now the blends that you can create with Scattered Straw. The first one is with Spun Sugar that we already saw. Blend with Evergreen Bough creates a nice shade of green. I really like it. And the blend with Shaded Lilac creates grayish color. Now the blends with Evergreen Bough, as with the other swatches, the first two we've already seen. Blend with Spun Sugar, and then the blend with Scattered Straw. And the third blend is with Shaded Lilac. This creates bluish green. Very pretty color. And as always, for completeness, the color combos with Shaded Lilac, starting with Spun Sugar, then Scattered Straw, and the last one is Evergreen Bough. Here you can see all the swatches. I was a little bit dreading this kit as the colors are quite light, but I was pleasantly surprised. There are some very pretty color combos, and the cards I made are one of my favorites. So let's check them out. On the first card, I used the combo Evergreen Bough and Shaded Lilac. I also watercolored the flower using the inks. I often do that when I create these backgrounds and I use stamps with flowers. On the second card, I used Spun Sugar and Scattered Straw, and I created a mountain scene again. This is one of my favorite cards. The blend of yellow and peachy pink is really beautiful. And for the last card, I used all the colors and I created another landscape, this time sunset and sea. I hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure you give it a thumbs up so I know you like it and that I need to keep on adding more videos to this series. And also, you don't have to use only distress inks. You can use distress oxides or other blendable inks in similar colors. I just only have distress inks. Make sure to check out the videos where I use some of these color combos. Thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video.